says that safeguarding the reserve is something that's not easy to understand, right? He says that some potential candidates perhaps have yet to show that they understand the concept and also the role of the president. What's your response to that?
I manage NTUC income, and my last year before I left, the total assets was $17 billion. It's quite big. It's more than sufficient, and over 30 years managing the assets has been very important, and I have certain principles about investing for the long term, investing in secure investments to give a good long-term return. I think my experience is probably just as good as GIC, maybe better. So I hope that the people of Singapore will like my approach, because I built up NTUC income. When I joined, the assets was 28 million, that's M. When I left, it was 17 billion, that's a B. So I do know how to grow the assets. It's very important. These are the savings of 1 million Singaporeans. And I look after the savings very carefully, and it grew. Of course, it's all not to my credit. The Singapore economy grew, but you need to be managing it prudently, wisely, in order to get the good results.
Mr. Tan, there's been a lot of talk about whether different candidates are at pro-establishment, independent, and so on. With your backers, including some people who have been very active in opposition politics in the past, do you see yourself as an anti-establishment candidate?
No. If you read my post, I just want to be independent of the government, but I want to work with the government, because to make change, you cannot be in confrontation. Confrontation doesn't produce a result, and even the government side must also recognize that you need to hear the voices of other sides. You cannot just be on one voice. So for me, I would like to convey the other voice from the people of Singapore, of which the non-PAP politicians do voice that. But the PAP supporters also want to have a change, because they are also affected by the cost of living, the cost of housing. So they are also affected. So therefore, I would want to echo the voices of the people at large, so that the policy making could be more balanced, not just one side. That's what I hope to do, and it can only be done when it's done cordially between the president and the prime minister. So I don't intend to be involved in politics, because politics does not solve problems, and even the government must also not play politics. We just want to see what is the best solution to the problem that the people face, and the problems are the cost of living, the cost of housing, security of jobs.
I know there are some criticisms about the new ELT election guideline that was announced. Can you share with us some of the concerns?
Okay, the deadline is very compressed, very short. The Presidential Election Committee announced who are eligible on 21st of August, and we must submit on 22nd of August. So we don't know whether I will be approved, but I have to print my materials, my banners and my posters, and they cost a lot of money, and therefore it's actually quite a heavy financial burden. I'm not super rich, and I think this money shouldn't be wasted like that. Now also the time between nomination and voting is only 10 days minus 1 day of cooling off, only 9 days. It's very short for me to bring my message. And also there's some uncertainty about what is walkabout allowed or not, whether I have to cancel my walkabout because I thought it's not allowed. Then I'm told, oh, it's allowed, so I'm here back on walk around. So this not fair to people, but anyway, doesn't matter. I'm doing my best because I'm doing this for the people of Singapore. And I want to tell the people of Singapore, it is quite a difficult task for me. So they must give me the support, otherwise it will be more and more difficult in the future.
The guidelines was it the same in 2011 when you protested?
I don't there was a cooling off period, it's the same, but the other guidelines are just issued now. Some of the guidelines were just issued just now, and there were changes. I am not able to tell you what the differences are, but it is the latest guideline. So it is again quite difficult. We have to obey the law, and the law keeps on changing at the last minute.
Mr. Tan, can I check? Just now you mentioned the 28 million to 17 billion, but some people have looked at the annual report and they say in 2006 it was actually 1.1 or 1.7 billion. Could you explain more about the numbers in that sense?
Okay, the 17 billion is the total assets. These are the savings of more than 1 million policy holders. That's the total assets. But 1.1 billion is the surplus. Surplus means what we earn, for which we are going to give bonuses mostly to the policy holders. So the surplus is not their saving, but on top of their saving, that's the surplus. So this is the difference. And of course, the people who make those comments, I don't know who they are, they misunderstood how to read the figures.
Any change in your plans after when the ELD released the guidelines? Because the media received like messages on like cancelling and now it's back on. So how do you actually check with ELD?
Earlier on, I planned a walkabout every day. Starting from Saturday, I launched my campaign on Friday. So from Saturday to the polling day, minus cooling off day, I planned a daily walkabout. When the guideline was issued, it stated that walkabout are allowed only after nomination and during the campaign period. So I have to cancel all my walkabout and change to a breakfast meeting. And then later on, someone told me they checked with the election department, walkabout before nomination day is allowed, and the other candidates are doing their walkabout. So I have to make last minute change. I want to thank my volunteers. These are volunteers. They have to work. They have to take time off. So therefore, it is quite last minute. We have to make those changes. Anyway, I'm still doing my best. I'm still, in spite of all these obstacles, I'm doing my best, and they are for the people of Singapore. Thank you.